Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast with everyone's favorite OBGYN, Dr. Angela Jones. Have you ever been too embarrassed or shy to ask your own doctor about your, girl parts? Well, you've come to the right place to get straight answers. Feel free to ask Dr. Angela anything women's health related. Obstetrics and gynecology? She keeps it real. Pregnancy? She's been there, done that. Menopause? She'll get you through. Young or old, Dr. Angela's got you covered, girl. Now here's Dr. Angela.
What's good, people? This is Dr. Angela, everyone's favorite OBGYN, and I would like to officially welcome you to episode 253 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. I'm so excited to be back podcasting. My life has been a whirlwind since we entered 2018. I've just had so many things going on. It seems like I've been busy doing so much that some other things have had to kind of take a back seat. I put the podcast on the back burner a little bit, as well as my blog post, because I've been focusing on you got it. I'm finally releasing my pregnancy book. And I can't tell you how flipping excited I am about that. I've been sitting on this thing for like more than a year. And I guess that part of the reason that I was so slow to release it is, I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit scared, how it's going to be received. But then, I thought about it and I just gave myself the same advice that I give my 8-year-old. You know what? When you put your heart, your soul, your body, your everything into a work that you feel good about, who gives a flip really what anyone else thinks? So I'm excited for you all to read it, to review it, to learn from it, and just be entertained by it. I mean, it's easy breezy. It's funny. It's pregnancy 101. It's how I practice pregnancy and obstetrics on a daily basis. So I can't wait for you all to get your hands on it. There will be an opportunity pre-release for some of you to get a free copy and review it. I can't wait to get your feedback. Anyway, back to the topic at hand and just what is the topic at hand. The topic at hand is a question that I got via email, and it came from a young lady by the name of Tanya, and she said to me, Dr. Angela, I went from having my period very often to not having it in many months. What's going on? And should I be worried? Well, Tanya, first of all, thank you so much for reaching out. I love getting questions from you all. So, the first thing that I need to know is a little bit about your cycle. It sounds like you have a pretty regular cycle, being that you said that you went from having it very often, or perhaps you were having it a little bit too often. There are lots of things that can cause periods to become irregular. Specifically, if you're stating to me that you used to get it all the time and now you're not getting it at all. My first question is, are you pregnant? That would be the most obvious reason to be getting your period and then all of a sudden you're not getting it anymore. If the answer to that question is no, we've ruled pregnancy out, then some other things certainly could be certain types of medications, i.e. contraception. People that have certain types of contraception, and a few that readily come to mind are certain types of birth control pills, or even some of the IUDs will cause women to no longer have a period. So perhaps, you're on one of those that may have altered your period, so to speak. Sometimes when women get cysts on their ovaries, that can alter periods. Recent weight gain or weight loss can affect periods in that way. And the other culprit is stress. Are you recently stressed? And if the answer to all of these things are not really, if you're overly concerned, I would suggest a visit to your friendly OBGYN so that, the situation can be further evaluated. Tanya, thank you so much for reaching out and submitting your question. Again, I really love hearing from you all. And if you happen to have a question or topic that you want submitted and addressed on the podcast, you know how to reach me, www.askdrangela.com. You can click on the question mark and submit your question there. You can also directly email me or direct message me on any of the social media outlets. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. In closing, I like to leave you with something that I just read this morning, and it really kind of moved me. My dad, who happens to be the pastor of a very large Baptist church in Cincinnati, I speak to him on a pretty daily basis, and he's always giving me like a pearl or a word, so to speak. And I'm not the most religious person in the world, but I would consider myself spiritual. And I came across this morning, and it really kind of moved me. And so I'm going to share this with you. It comes from Hebrews, actually, chapter 13. And I'm not going to read you the entire verse, but the part that moved me says, "Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have." And the reason that I kind of reflected on that is because it's a reminder to be happy with where you are and with what you have in life. What's for you is for you, and what's going to be for you is going to be for you. And, we should be happy for our friends and colleagues to see them grow and prosper. But don't be jealous, don't hate, because your time is your time, and it's coming. I promise, if you trust, believe, stay on your grind, do unto others as you want them to do unto you, it is coming. Until next time, look better, feel better, be better. Looking forward to reconnecting with you on episode 254 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For more information on women's health and the show notes for this episode, please visit Dr. Angela at www.askdrangela.com. While you're there, don't forget to leave your own message for Dr. Angela. See you soon! All of the information provided and discussed in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not take the place of consulting a physician. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or illness and does not and should not replace treatment from a medical professional.